On the night of July 15th, 2025, darkness cloaked the desolate fields of Ukraine's war-torn landscape, where a chilling tension hung in the air. The howling wind cut through withered trees, mingling with distant sounds of war, artillery blasts, armored vehicle engines, and the screech of shells tearing through the night. In a concealed outpost in Donetsk, possibly an abandoned house or a makeshift shelter of wood and tarpaulin, Ukrainian soldiers from the Wings of Omega unit stared intently at their screens, their eyes locked on footage from a drone hovering above the battlefield. Their mission was no routine patrol. They were hunting a formidable Russian war machine, the S-19 Msta-S self-propelled howitzer, a $1.7 million asset renowned for its devastating firepower and critical role in Russia's long-range artillery strategy. This was an asymmetrical duel, pitting Ukraine's low-cost drone technology against Russia's conventional military might. A battle demanding not just skill, but patience, ingenuity, and raw courage. The S-19 Msta-S, developed in the 1980s by Uraltransmash and fielded since 1989, ranks among Russia's most advanced artillery systems. Built on the tracked chassis of the T-80 tank, with some variants using the T-72 chassis, the Msta-S is powered by an 840 horsepower V84M's diesel engine, capable of speeds up to 37 miles per hour on roads and 25 miles per hour on rough terrain. Its 152mm 2A64 main gun delivers a range of 15.3 miles with standard HE frag rounds, 18 miles with 30F45 RAP extended range shells, and up to 22.4 miles with Krasnopol guided munitions, enabling precise strikes on targets like artillery batteries, tanks, fortifications, or command posts. The gun fires at 7 to 8 rounds per minute in standard models, and up to 10 rounds per minute in the upgraded S-19 M2 variant, thanks to an automated loading system. The S-19 M1 and S-19 M2 variants feature the Asuno automated fire control system, integrating GPS and advanced sensors for effective operation in all weather, day or night. Weighing about 46 tons with a crew of 5, or 3 in highly automated versions, the Msta-S carries approximately 50 152mm rounds, including fragmentation, armor-piercing, and guided shells. However, its thin, rolled steel armor only protects against small arms and shrapnel, leaving it vulnerable to direct explosions or armor-piercing rounds, especially from aerial attacks. Its need for frequent repositioning to avoid detection makes it a prime target for Ukraine's cost-effective, highly efficient FPV drones. The operation began in the dead of night on July 15, 2025, at a small base near Avdiivka, a hotspot in Donetsk, where Russian forces often deployed artillery to support offensives. The Wings of Omega base, hidden under tree cover and camouflage netting, shielded its electronics with anti-jamming technology to evade Russia's advanced electronic warfare systems, like the Krasuka 4. The unit, comprising drone engineers, reconnaissance specialists, and FPV pilots, had prepared for days. The moonless night, filled with whistling wind and distant battlefield noise, set the stage for their mission: locate and neutralize a high-value Msta-S operating on Avdiivka's outskirts, where Russia used artillery to pound Ukrainian positions. They deployed a Bayraktar Mini reconnaissance UAV, equipped with infrared and thermal sensors for nighttime target detection. With a 5.2-foot wingspan and weighing less than 11 pounds, the drone flew low to avoid radar, serving as the team's eyes, silently scanning scorched wheat fields, muddy dirt roads, and sparse forests. In a dimly lit control room, illuminated only by LED screens, the wings of Omega Team monitored real-time data from the reconnaissance drone. Infrared footage revealed shadowy movements and heat signatures from military vehicles. Suddenly, a clear image emerged, a large machine with a distinctive turret, heavy tracks, and a heat signature from its V-84MS engine, the 2S-19 Msta-S, moving slowly along a dirt road, likely repositioning after shelling Ukrainian positions hours earlier. The operators' pulses quickened. They knew this was a rare opportunity, as the Msta-S often relocated post-barrage to avoid counter-battery fire, leaving it vulnerable without close protection from air defense systems like the Tor M2 or Panzer S1, typically deployed in more strategic areas. One operator logged the target's precise GPS coordinates, while the lead FPV pilot prepared to launch a strike drone for the decisive blow. The FPV drone, a custom-built unit assembled from commercial parts for about $500, was no less lethal for its low cost. Optimized for combat, it featured high-speed brushless motors, a lithium-ion battery for 10-15 minutes of flight, and a 1080p camera streaming live video at 5.8 GHz. Armed with a high-explosive warhead, such as a PG-7V anti-tank grenade or a homemade explosive equivalent to 4.4 pounds of TNT, it could penetrate the Msta-S's thin armor. The veteran FPV pilot, wearing FPV goggles, launched the drone from a concealed platform hidden in bushes a few hundred yards from the base. The drone's camera feed filled his goggles, offering a fighter pilot's view of the battlefield. Fields, muddy roads, and the Msta-S in the distance, its turret slowly rotating as if seeking a new firing position. The pilot flew the drone low, just 6-10 feet off the ground, to avoid Russian radar. Its small engine blended with the wind, and its plastic and carbon fiber body minimized radar detection. Every maneuver was calculated to dodge obstacles like trees, power lines, or battlefield debris. The Msta-S grew closer on the screen, its massive turret and tracks clearly visible. The pilot stayed calm, gripping the controls tightly, eyes glued to the feed. A single mistake, hitting a branch or losing the video signal, could doom the mission. He adjusted the drone's path, guiding it into a perfect arc toward the turret's ammunition compartment, a critical weak point where a precise hit could detonate the 152mm shells inside, triggering catastrophic destruction. At 165 feet from the target, the pilot noticed the Msta-S slowing, possibly preparing to stop for another barrage. This was the moment. If the crew spotted the drone, they could engage the turret's 12.7mm NSVT machine gun. Without hesitation, he accelerated the drone to its maximum speed of 62 miles per hour. The camera feed shook violently, but the pilot maintained focus. The Msta-S's turret loomed large on the screen. In the final moment, he angled the drone to ensure the PG-7V warhead struck the ammunition compartment, where the armor was only 0.6 to 0.8 inches thick. The drone slammed into the target, detonating its explosive payload. A blinding explosion lit up the night, shaking the battlefield with a deafening roar. Secondary blasts from the Msta-S's 152mm ammunition created a massive fireball. The operators at the base cheered but remained focused, switching to the Bayraktar Mini to assess the damage. Infrared footage confirmed the Msta was inoperable, its turret obliterated, debris scattered, and the chassis engulfed in flames, with thick black smoke rising dozens of feet. The Wings of Omega unit later released video on their Telegram channel, showing the $1.7 million war machine reduced to burning wreckage, a testament to the power of low-cost technology. The strike was a resounding victory for Ukraine. The Msta-S, a cornerstone of Russian artillery, was destroyed in seconds through seamless coordination of reconnaissance and FPV drones. Sources like Militerny and Kyiv Independent noted this wasn't the first time Ukraine used FPV drones against the Msta-S, but the July 15 strike stood out for its precision and timing. Conducted in near-zero visibility, it highlighted the ineffectiveness of Russian air defenses like the Pantsir S-1 and Buk M3 against small, low-flying FPV drones. The $500 FPV drone's cost versus the $1.7 million Msta-S underscored a staggering economic asymmetry, showcasing Ukraine's ingenuity in using affordable technology against a resource-rich adversary. Defense Express reported that since early 2025, Ukraine had destroyed at least 12 Msta-S howitzers with FPV drones, inflicting tens of millions in losses and disrupting Russia's long-range artillery tactics. Beyond destroying a single howitzer, the strike sent a clear message to Russia: no weapon system is safe from FPV drones. United 24 media reported that such attacks are straining Russian logistics, forcing tactical adjustments like frequent artillery repositioning or deploying Pantsir S-1 systems for protection. However, the Pantsir S-1, with a radar detection threshold of 49 feet, struggles against FPV drones flying at 6-10 feet, especially those made of plastic and carbon fiber. Ukraine continues to refine FPV technology, with engineers and volunteers in Kyiv, Lviv, and Odessa extending battery life to 20 minutes, increasing payload capacity, and adding infrared cameras for night operations. The BBC noted that FPV drones have forced Russia to reallocate resources to protect artillery, reducing combat efficiency and raising costs. Back at Wings of Omega, the team recalled the reconnaissance drone to avoid detection by nearby Russian units. Attack data was stored on secure servers, encrypted, and analyzed to refine future tactics. The strike video, shared on Telegram and Facebook, went viral, drawing thousands of views and comments globally. The burning Msta-S became a symbol of Ukraine's resilience and ingenuity against a numerically superior foe, inspiring other Ukrainian units and warning Russia of a transformed battlefield. This strike reflects a broader trend in modern warfare. Drones, particularly FPVs, are reshaping how nations wage war. Ukraine, Russia, China, and NATO countries like the US and Turkey are investing heavily in autonomous and kamikaze drones capable of operating in intense electronic warfare environments. The BBC reported that drones have become game changers, not just in Ukraine, but in conflicts like Syria and Nagorno-Karabakh, offering precise, low-cost strikes that reduce risks to soldiers and allow smaller forces to challenge stronger ones. Drones may soon expand beyond military use into rescue operations, environmental monitoring, and commercial delivery. In Ukraine, FPV success has spurred nationwide drone pilot training programs, with thousands of young volunteers learning to operate FPV goggles and controllers, replacing traditional cockpits. Thank you for following the story of the July 15, 2025 strike, a testament to Ukraine's technological prowess and resilience. This tactical victory symbolizes a new era of warfare, where ingenuity can overcome resource disparities. For more on drone technology, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, or other gripping war stories, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Share your thoughts on drones in modern warfare in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.